Just when you want to go back to being a Knicks fan and supporting this team, they got to go and do some dumb shit like this. Jalen Brunson taking a $113 million pay cut. And now Mikal Bridges is going to try to do the same thing. I'm going to dive into that in this video. But before we do, this video is being brought to you by Bridges and Stone's Family and Relationship Care. If someone you know and care for is struggling with their mental health or relationship, go to bridgesandstones.com and contact them for your free consultation today. One brave act today can create a better tomorrow. You know, there is so many things wrong with this narrative around players needing to take a pay cut for a team's competitive advantage. And I want to dive into a few things. But first off, let me just say, I got all the respect and props for these Villanova Knicks. They have a lot of talent. They have a lot of depth. They found something, which is really what sets a lot of winning teams apart. You have to find your thing, something that works for you, that allows you to excel. And that's what they found. They have found that magical chemistry that allows them to play at a level that surpasses pretty much any other team in the NBA. I believe had they been completely healthy, and I mean Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, everybody, OG Anunoby, this team gets to the NBA Finals. I think they beat the Boston Celtics. That's how magical I think this chemistry is for this team. And at the same time, they're playing in New York. They're playing for the Knicks, the team that has not won in over 30 years, the team that has worn out, run down every star that has gone there, a team that is being ran by one of the worst owners in the league, and has perpetually not done right by its players, either giving out huge contracts to people that they should not have, who've had injury histories like Allen Houston, or deciding to lowball and not give contract extensions to guys who've been loyal from there, like a Carmelo Anthony, and bringing in a terrible, individual like Phil Jackson and running him out of town. Right? This team, this organization, this ownership has perpetually not done right by its players or its fan base. And so when you want to start talking about what it means to be a winning franchise, look, be a winning franchise and then talk to players about what they potentially need to do to help you win that much more. Right? Like if you're the San Antonio Spurs, you can say something to Victor Wembanyama about what it's going to take to win. Right? If you're an organization like, let's say, the Golden State Warriors, you can talk to a guy and say, this is what it's going to take to win. We've won. We've been at the mountaintop. We've been there. We've sustained ourselves there. We have something to stand on. James Dolan and the New York Knicks have nothing to stand on. But the next point that I want to make is that it is hard as hell to win an NBA championship. It's crazy hard. You have to have such a string of luck, not just in your lineup and who you face in the playoffs, right? Not having a hard first round series, definitely not having to start from the play-in. Then you want to make sure that your second round series isn't against the team that's favored. You want to make sure that you're playing against the top two teams that's favored for the finals in the conference finals. And then you have to have a wonderful string of health luck, which you don't have a team that's set up to do. Julius Randle, who was one of the more stalwart, healthy athletes, dealt with probably one of his worst injury seasons since his rookie year when he broke his leg. But then you also have OG Anunoby, who's never healthy, right? And you got a bunch of other guys who struggle with health. So even if you take these pay cuts, at the most, you're going to be able to be on a team that's going to be injury plagued, and you're crossing your fingers that you're going to have a chance to be healthy in the playoffs. But not just that. Why are you taking a pay cut as if it's somehow supposed to equal something imaginary like winning, when you know good and well that winning is hard as hell to do in the NBA, let alone winning a championship? So now you're going to leave $113 million on the table. Your next guy is going to leave another, $80 million on the table. You know who's going to pocket all that? The owner, who's already making $8 to $10 billion every year off of the ownership of this franchise, James Dolan. And you want to know how faithful he is? Just ask Carmelo Anthony. Go on and ask him. Amari Stoudemire. Go on and ask him. Go on and ask Patrick Ewing. Latrell Sprewell. Like I said, Charles Oakley. You want to know about his loyalty. Just because they let you have front row seats doesn't mean that somehow they're making up for the tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars that they took from you. On top of the fact that he's got a salary cap where he only has to pay the total for the entire team, $300 and something million. He's making $10 billion. But somehow you need to save him money to hope that he makes good decisions, that he chooses to spend where you think he will. You're telling me, let's even say best case scenario, he's telling you, look, to re-sign Dante DiVincenzo and Josh Hart later down the road, I'm going to need y'all to take a pay cut. These are your boys. These are your homies, right? If you do this, then we can bring them back. Otherwise, if we pay you what you're really worth out here, we're not going to be able to afford them. Let's say that's the case. Do you think they're going to do that if either Josh Hart or Dante DiVincenzo gets hurt? If they get hurt at all next year or the year after, going into their contract years? Hell no. Hell no. You want to know how this usually rolls out? Just ask Marcus Morris when he was in, was it Marcus or Markieff Morris when they were in Phoenix together, right? The twin the twin Morris brothers in Phoenix together. And Robert Sarver told either Markieff or Marcus, hey, if you take a pay cut on this contract, we're going to re-sign your brother. That very offseason, the very next offseason, they traded his brother away. He was pissed, called the owner out. This is what you're looking at. This is the NBA. This is what losing franchises do. This is what the Knicks have always done. And somehow somebody convinced you to leave that money there as if it's supposed to do some magical thing that the team has never proven that they've been able to do in the first place. And you're hoping it equals wins. You're hoping, cross your fingers, cross your heart, that somehow, align all the stars, your team is healthy enough to make a run, to win a championship. And you're telling me that if you do, it was all worth it. The 100-something million, the 80-something million, probably that Mikal Bridges is going to end up leaving, somehow going to be worth it. Your teammates stay healthy. The team decides to, everything lines up. It was somehow worth it. This is one of the dumbest precedents in the NBA. Leaving money for rich owners to hopefully invest well. You know what these team owners do with investment money, with extra money? They invest in their other businesses where they have a far higher return on their investment. Look, these Knicks stadium tickets are going to sell out every year for the next 3 years just because of the team that they have and the excitement around them. They don't need to win anymore. They don't need to win a championship in order to make more money. They just need to keep rolling out who they rolled out, even if y'all get hurt. They can trade away Dante DiVincenzo. Y'all be mad as hell. They'll still make the money. Josh Hart, trade him away. They'll still make the money. Because they got you, Jalen Brunson. They got you, Mikal Bridges. And y'all going to be mad as hell. And they still going to make exactly how much they would have made if you took that money. This is kind of the thinking. You know what I mean? Like this is like what's his name? Frederick and Django. What was his name? Samuel L. Jackson's character. They get in your head and you start thinking that Massa is on your side, and he not. He a team owner. He's on his side. You know how many athletes have come through? Stephon Marbury, Jason Kidd, right? These Hall of Fame worthy. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They gonna get the next one and the next one. And keep making money, billions of dollars. It changes nothing. And you think you special. You think you special. Right now, Malcolm X is rolling over in his grave. Over there, sitting there, slapping the podium. You've been had, hoodwinked, bamboozled. He's sitting there looking at y'all like, you didn't learn? 2 years at Villanova, you didn't learn? You didn't take no economics courses? You didn't take no ethnic studies? You didn't take sociology? You didn't study from class? You must have had somebody out there studying for you, taking the test for you. That's how it happened a whole bunch of times. A whole bunch of athletes will tell you that. People take the test for them, pass through, they're just there to hoop. That's just what it's about. That's just the reality of it. Y'all must not have actually sat in those classes because you would have learned. You would have figured out. That ain't how this goes down. But you about to find out, though. You about to find out. I hope you don't. I hope it all works out for you. I hope all the stars align for you. But something telling me it's not. Something telling me that something's going to happen. Y'all going to be mad. And we're going to look back and be like, But don't worry. Stephen A. Smith is going to applaud you. The owner's going to say, oh, he was a good one. I'm going to give you front row seats. As soon as you retire, you come on back and watch a game or two. Sit in the front row. And you do some photo ops. Maybe get a little interview. Yeah, because you're part of the family now. You part of the family. So was Stevens and Django. Part of the family. You have to understand there ain't no loyalty in professional sports. It's not a family. The only loyalty is amongst the players and then amongst the owners. And you somehow thought he was your friend. It's all good, though. Sometimes you got to learn hard lessons. Hard lessons create tough minds. Tough minds are able to build big things and do great things in their lives. Maybe this is going to be one of them moments for you. But hey, Isaiah Thomas in Boston wasn't enough to teach you. You ain't seen all the examples. God bless you. You going to learn. We still going to love you. I'm still going to watch. But as always, I want to know what you all think. If you enjoyed the video, if you agree, smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Definitely drop this video in your group chats and holler at me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. I'm out. Peace.